Terrariums are pretty fun. I've been having a lot of fun with them the last little while. Today I'm going to set up the new terrarium, set up the little plants inside. It's going to be an endeavor. I don't really know what to expect, so I'm winging this. Let's see how it goes. This is its old terrarium. These are the little dollar store boxes I got for it. Got a cheap little grow light. It's on a timer, so it turns on at 7 in the morning, turns off at 4 in the afternoon. There has not been proper humidifying in here, so some of the roots are not looking as awesome as I would like. That's a nice looking root there, though. And this turtle vine is growing everywhere and needs a different medium to grow in. So that's going to be part of today's endeavors. Okay, so this is the big plant that is way outgrown the dimensions of this terrarium. The conditions are just so good. This guy's grown like almost 3 times as big, and there's, oh my god, there's roots in here. This is a little difficult to separate. Ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh. And this little thing, we've got what appears to be a liverwort that's been sharing the space. It came up on its own. This thing's gotten real big too. Not as huge, but still is bigger. Look how big that is. This was so small before. It was like only that tall. Some dead leaves to clean off. Turtle vine. And it's gotten a little stuck to the sides of things in here with its, oh, lost a piece. With its little trailing roots and things. Look how beautiful it is. That's just like a whole bunch of pretty little green gems. Get this guy out. This one's done really well considering. This one likes to have more moisture more often to look its best. Got some new growth coming out on top, and it's looking really robust. There's not too much drying out on the bottom, which is a really good thing to see, just as per normal shedding. And then I have this little volunteer fern here. It looks like a baby maidenhair, which is just, I love that. I love maidenhair ferns. I don't know if it'll live after I transplant it. I hear that it's very difficult to transplant maidenhair, but like I said, I'll give the volunteer plants a chance. These little terracotta pots will be for the turtle vine and for the volunteer fern. To fasten them to the shelf in the terrarium, I'm just going to stick this wire this way. I'm just going to snip off this bent part. This will just ensure that the pot stays in place. And I'm just going to press that down. So it's kind of something like that. Nice few inches of wire to work with. Same for this guy. This chunky bark left over from my orchid transplant. It's fairly free-flowing. This was the original medium that the orchid came in, and it's pretty nice. So I'm going to use it as the medium for the turtle vine and for the little fern, which will allow water just to free flow through that without getting waterlogged or stagnant or anything, which is hugely important in this contained environment. Look at all that moss. Pretty epic. I think I will take it out though. Undoubtedly I will have moss regrowing again. But I want to discard of this soil entirely. It's a very delicate process. It's a very delicate plant. I'm just going to give this thing a rinse. Alright, it's now rinsed off. There is a little dirt clinging to the roots, but I think that's completely fine. I just gotta, oh boy, figure out which way this plant goes. Okay. Okay, now for this very delicate process of digging out this little baby fern. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's take out those rocks. Let's see how much I can lift out of here without pulling. Oh, there's some good roots on that one. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Oh my gosh, what a delicate tiny thing. Some of the little rocks might just have to come with. That's okay. This is going to be tough. I've put the smaller pot into a larger one just for some stability on this step. Roots are a little less free in there. Okay, on second thoughts, I probably won't save the liverworts. It's been an endeavor to do this much, and I don't know. I feel like I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to go to the next step, which is to figure out exactly where everything's going to sit and start setting up this layout. It's taken a little finagling, but I believe I have now come up with the final arrangement. The leaves on these plants are so long that they're kind of holding each other up as it is. So all I'm going to do is just have them hold each other. The roots go kind of down and through the shelf here. And then this large one, I have it mildly supported by a piece of wire, just because it's a little bit curved and it tends to tip over. So this will keep it more or less in a somewhat upright position. I may need to tweak that a bit further. It's still not sitting quite right, but I think this is what I will end up with, at least for now. I've got to continue this endeavor another day, so I've just temporarily put everything in there, getting it humidified and happy, and we'll pick up where we left off. These leaves are so long. These plants were so tiny when I first started out. Anyway, there's the setup for now. Modification I'm going to do is put some like rubber blocks or bumpers or something under the legs of this shelf. It pushes out the sides of the terrarium a bit too much. There's a lot of airflow. Airflow is great, but it dries it out a little too quickly, and I have been watering a lot to keep up. It's actually been a very beneficial thing to water that much. However, that is one modification that I will be putting together eventually. But for now, this will do, and I just need to get it set up on the shelf somehow, because now there's less room. Everything's gotten bigger. So actually, just before I go figure out the shelf setup, I got this brand new grow light, which I'm going to place on top of the terrarium. So because it's not going to be permanently affixed at this point, I'm just going to apply these little rubber bumpers for it to sit on top. And it comes with a built-in timer on the cord, which is very nice. I hope it lasts me a good while. This is just a Temu product, so I don't have very high expectations, but it should do the trick at least for a little while, and at least I will learn something from doing it. So the next thing I'm doing here is to kind of get a placement for it. I cut out little circles out of the rubber bumper package, and I'm going to place them about where they are so that whenever I need to remove this light, it can just simply sit exactly back where it needs to be. Okay. So, people downstairs are very loud today, so if that comes through, I apologize. It's the joys of living with an Airbnb. About there. Make sure that is level. There we go. Little placements right in the very middle. And that stays put pretty nicely. This is the chaos that is my plant shelf. This orchid has been freshly misted and looking happy. So that will end up sitting somewhere up here. So that way it's easy to move it to one or the other when I need it, until I get my new humidifier set up. Oh, here we go. I've got the light cord plugged in. Look at that. Beautiful. I am seriously loving this setup. It's simplistic, it's exactly what I envisioned. It's very easy to clean, easy to maintain. So last I'm just going to put the humidifier in here, get these guys a good water for tonight. And that's about it. So I really hope you enjoyed going through this journey with me. It's definitely been a winging it kind of experience. I didn't have a plan per se. I did have to brainstorm, but a lot of this has been somewhat made up as I went. If you like this, you'll subscribe. If you don't, you won't. You know what to do. I'll catch you on the next video.